Black&Decker Workmates are awesome. In my case, a Workmate 300, but they don't provide a lot of work surface area. So I solved that problem by making two attachments. This larger one is 5 feet by 39 inches, and this smaller one is 2 feet by 39 inches, both cut out of the same sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. Here's how I made the smaller one. If you have a Black&Decker Workmate, in my case a Workmate 300, and you need a larger surface area to work on, keep watching. I can show you how I made this using a small piece of old 3/4 inch plywood, a section of 2x4, and some 2-inch decking screws, and polyurethane across the top. There's several videos on YouTube already showing you how to do this. This is just how I did mine. Using a 34-inch section of 2x4 and a 2 foot by 39-inch section of 3/4 inch plywood. The 2x4 is going to be attached to the underside of the plywood, and then that's going to lay down across the top with the 2x4 between the jaws on the vise, and then I can clamp down on that 2x4, which is going to hold everything in place. And I'm going to position that 2x4 underneath so that the front edge of the plywood lines up with the front edge of the Workmate. That way I'll have access to the vise handle, and I'll also have access to this step, because if you're working on something and you're leaning over, it helps to put your foot up on the step. It takes pressure off your lower back. One corner of this plywood has already been cut off for some reason years ago. I don't remember why. I'm going to make it symmetrical, cut this corner off to match. I'm also going to round these two corners in the front and sand it all down, and then put a few coats of clear polyurethane across the top. Everything's sanded down. Now it's time to attach that 2x4 on the underside. I've got it flush with the front and centered left and right, so I'm going to go on the underside and draw an outline of that 2x4. Then I'll take this off, flip it over, and I'll have the outline of the 2x4 so I can make sure I have it in the right spot. Now I'll line it up the marks on both ends and attach it using 2-inch deck screws. Last one. Now we're ready to put it on the Workmate. I also have the 2x4 marked both sides and both ends so that I know when I have it centered. That 2x4 should drop right in. There we go. Flush with the front just like I wanted. Clamp it down. Next is to clean the dust off the top and put a few coats of polyurethane on it. Second coat of polyurethane, and this is optional, of course. I'm just sealing the table because I know with the things I'm going to be working on, gasoline's going to get on this table, oil, paint, water, and the polyurethane will just seal the wood and keep whatever it is from soaking in and make the tabletop last longer. 3 coats of polyurethane on the top, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to lock it in, and we're going to test the strength with a 50-pound dumbbell right on the edge. 50 pounds. Just to show you how strong this is. And I can't think of any reason I would have 50 pounds out here on the edge, but it's nice to know that it'll hold it. So that's a quick, easy, and cheap way to add workspace to the top of your Black&Decker Workmate. And if you make one of these using a 2x4 for the support underneath, 2-inch deck screws went through the 2x4 and into the 3/4 inch plywood to hold it securely, but not so far that the tip of the screw poked out through the top of the plywood. And if you need a bigger work table attachment, check out my video where I'll show you how I made that one. That's 5 feet by 39 inches and crazy strong. So check out that video. Hope this helps you out.